Hello there, welcome to Target Radio Podcasts. Yes, we have a podcast for your ears. Every week here on the show, on our live shows that is, we try and get an interesting persons, artists, band members, music, poets, film playwrights. We even get, we'll try and get everyone. We'll try and get everyone that's interested in our genre of music that we portray here on Target Radio. So what we do is sit them down, we have a telephone interview, sometimes a live interview, and we discuss all things in their profession. So stay tuned here. This one is an absolute blast. You're going to love this, and I'll be back at the end to obviously, tell you what's coming up in the very near future. I am the Pod Father. I will now tell you that this is Target Radio Podcasts. Don't forget to check us out on iTunes, and if you think we deserve it, don't forget to leave us a 5-star rating. That would be rather nice. Thank you very much indeed. So, over to me. Sit tight and enjoy. This is Target Radio. 5
Sunday.
4 Sunday. 3
Sunday night.
2
in his Sunday best.
1 Sunday. Go. You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
Dear God in heaven, please let this show go okay, with no major boobs or goofs, or is it goofs? Please don't let me tread all over the intros of records, or say a naughty word.
So let's have fun.
Hello, hello, and welcome to the show. Hello, 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 and welcome to the show.
Lock it on to the best station on the net.
First we take a groovy record, then we add a super sound DJ.
Oh, Sean Kerr.
Big DJ, the big DJ.
When do I get my badge?
And hello. Welcome to Target Radio. Yes, we're live for the next couple of hours. What could go wrong? Probably everything and anything. Anyway, nice to have your company here on a Sunday evening. Is it me or has it gone a bit Well, I think it's a little bit chilly this evening. We've had a nice day though. The old super sun was out. It was tucked neatly behind the clouds, but it was there. Anyway, today is Sunday the 7th of March. We're live. Just gone 2 minutes past 7 o'clock. Oh, have we got a treat for you this evening. We're going to be playing a couple of new ones. First off, though, we've got the Scooter Boy from Mr. Simon James. He sent me through an album, an EP, I should say. Have you got yours yet? Go on, buy it. It's cheap. It's cheap. And everything on there he makes, he gives it away to the Teenage Cancer Trust. Every single penny of profit. And he's got 7 great tracks on there. So we're playing one of those this evening. And Scott Forsyth has been on, and he said, "Here, Cookie." He says, "Would you play a track for me this evening from his own band called Distorted Model?" Mine used to end up like that. I used to use too much glue, and I never used to sort of, you know where I'm coming from. I thought, yeah, why not? It's called Live My Life. So we're going to be playing that one before 7:30 this evening. Of course. We also have loads and loads and loads of guests. I think we've got about 5 different guests on this evening. They all want to go live with their faces. I mean, what's that all about? Well, we won't be doing that on the radio, obviously, guys. Anyway, we don't start the show off proper until we play something from The Who. Would I tell any lies to you? Simon James, Cordy! And off his brand new EP. This is The Scene. I do know what you mean. Just head over to Cordy, Simon James, if you want this and 6 other brilliant tracks. And as I said before, every single penny goes to the Teenage Cancer Trust. Okay, we've got some Dr. Feelgood coming up here on Target Radio. And don't forget, we've got a very special treat for you this evening. Now, I'm going to just bring these guys... where are they? There they are. Right, so we're going to find out who exactly have we got this evening. So, now, I know it's not Becky McNicholas, or Nicholas. Nicholas, yeah, Becky McNicholas, but it's her husband. I'm confused already. We've also got Chris Scopes. Yeah, that one. Paul Hebben. He's there. Hey, Paul. And Monsieur Mike Thompson. He'll be with us as well. We'll be chatting to these guys. And possibly a girl as well. We don't know. In about 20 minutes time or so. This is Target Radio. Head over to Target Radio live page for presenters and listeners. We're almost on 2,000 hardcore members. Do you know that? If you want to find out what's going down, what's going on, and what's coming off, head over to the group and we'll do our very best to keep you in the loop. So we got Mike, Paul, and Becky, and everyone. They're talking to each other now. Stop it. Keeps flashing up. Okay, as promised then, Dr. Feelgood with some Madman Blues coming up here on the show now. And then after that, brand new here to Target Radio, Distorted Model. Oh, now that is good. I love that. Distorted Model. Thank you very much indeed to Scott Forsyth for sending that over to us. Thank you very much indeed, buddy. I like that. The jam there. And down in a tube station at midnight. Not a place really you want to be. Okay, that's covered by our very special guest coming up very shortly, Mike Thompson and the Moonshaker 4 band. There's another one they cover as well, and this one is Elvis Costello. Peace, love and understanding. So our special guests now all having an argument about what jam song I should be playing. They're talking about Smithers Jones or David Watts. Let's play the Kinks instead and Plastic Man. Yeah, the Kinks there with Plastic Man. Okay, let's do one more before we get into our guest this evening, because they're running amok there on the Facebook Messenger. They're all talking to one another. Here's The Clash and Police on My Back. Here we go then. The Clash, live here on Target Radio. Well, when I say live, playing it live. They're not actually here. Okay, just getting the social distancing crew ready. Are you ready, guys? They're ready. Got their face masks on. I've got me sweeties. I've got me can of beverage. It's a non-alcoholic beverage. And apparently now we've got to go live, but we've got to do it on a video call. Because apparently Mike says he feels disembodied if we don't. He likes to see everyone's faces. It's all like Christmas again, isn't it? Okay, now I'm going to press a couple of buttons here. So we do this one first. Then we turn this one up. And then we press group video chat. So hopefully the guys are ready. Here we go. Okay, I'm pressing things. Okay, so we've got someone with his finger in his ear.
How you doing?
And then we've got someone that's looking rather dishy there. That must be Paul. Hello, Paul. He's waving, not smiling. Hello, how are you doing, Paul?
Very well. I think you just played a whole set list there, mate.
I think I did. I've just done all of yours. And trust Mike, who wants to go do a video call and he gets his camera around the wrong way. What's that all about, Mike? And what's with the perm?
Look at the hair. I mean, ridiculous, isn't it?
I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. Turn yourself up, please, a little bit, Mike. And Chris, hello, Chris. How are you? 1 minute. He's having a beverage. Hang on. I think I'll join you as well. Hang on.
Cheers.
Yeah, there is other ones available. Okay, so I'm just gonna have a little.
I'm the same as you, Sean.
There we go. We're all apart from Chris on the bottle of oh, there we go. Mike's on it as well. Okay, the Red Wine Brigade, Coke, and Becky. Are we going to call you Becky, or what are we going to call you?
Sean, you can call me whatever you want, mate. But
well, we're live.
I'm on my. It's my weekend name is Becky McNicholas. During the week, I'm John McNicholas.
Good evening, John. It's nice to have all of you guys on there,
John.
and collectively you are now known as, hang on a minute, the Moonshaker 4. Is that right?
We are.
That's good because there's 4 of you. That's marvellous. So we'll go with you first, John, because obviously I've got my little cursor onto you which says Becky, but obviously that's your weekend name. John, what do you do in the group?
I'm the guitarist. I'm lead guitarist.
Excellent, lovely. And move over to Paul then, who's just about to reach for his drink, and he's put it back down again, I think. Paul, what do you do?
I'm the drummer.
He is. Allegedly. Either way, he does it, and he hits the skins rather hard.
You've seen. Yes.
I have seen.
Yes, you've been on video.
I've seen you play very well. And Chris, you're the newest member, I believe, of the band. What do you do then, my friend?
Bass and backing shouting.
I thought that was Mike's job. Mike, hello, good evening, sir.
Hello, Sean. How are you?
I'm all right, my friend. Hang on a minute. Just get a bit closer to the camera if you wouldn't mind. Yeah, we're all good. Just a little bit closer. Hello, you've had... Not that close, for goodness sake. You've had a shave, my friend.
That was scary.
Very smooth, like a baby's bottom. And what's going on with the hair, then? Come on, tell us all.
It's called lockdown. I can't... If I were to go and get an illicit haircut, then I'd be showing that I've reached lockdown, wouldn't I? And I've got to go with the flow now. April the 12th's a long way away. Absolutely.
Look, I'm using my wife's straighteners. I go curly if it's this long. Look at that. Look, it's almost in my eyes. Goodness me.
We're thinking of dropping a few Leo Sayer numbers into the set.
Oh, fantastic. Now, just obviously, because we're all a little bit, shall we say, the wrong side of 21. I'm going to use that. Can everyone see each other?
We can. Yeah.
Excellent.
Well, I can see everyone.
That's brilliant. Mike, can you see everybody?
I can.
Excellent. Lovely. So, John, you've got a bit of a collection there behind you, my friend.
I do, yes.
Look at that lot. Yeah. CDs, records, 12 inches, and are they tapes there as well?
No tapes. I think all my tapes have been lost, unfortunately, Sean. But plenty of CDs and plenty of vinyl.
Brilliant.
Only Betamax tapes.
Yeah, we're not going to get those out though, okay? Because apparently they've got different sort of PG ratings on those. I think they've got lots of kisses on those ones, so we'll leave them where they are. And Paul, behind you, then, can I see a couple of top hat cymbals there behind you?
Yeah, I've got my my electric practice kit behind me. Yeah.
Wow.
But I can promise you there'll be nothing being played tonight. Otherwise, all your listeners will suddenly leave.
No, I'm sure they won't.
But yeah, I've got my practice kit in my spare room, so I can practice at least something and not annoy the neighbours too much. Anyway.
No, indeed. And obviously, with the electric drum kit, you have the headphones as well. You can use. So obviously, all we can hear is that, which is rather annoying because obviously we don't know what you're drumming to.
I know myself, Sean. Yeah, you're right.
Now, Chris...
Sean, it'll probably be gong. If he's drumming along to anything, it'll be gong.
That's it.
I don't think you play much gong on Target Radio.
No, I don't think we do. We can change that. No problems at all. Absolutely. And Chris, you've got a little bit of a portrait going on behind you there. A few pictures of the family, I believe.
Yeah, Peter Bonetti's my dad.
Wow. There we go. There we are.
So we have Peter Bonetti, signed shirt up there with Ron Harris, bass guitar.
There it is.
And Clash from playing in 1981 in Paris.
Marvellous. There we go. Nice little bit of wall art there for you. And over to you then. There he goes, Mike again. Look, back on the booze. Mike, what have you got behind you, my friend? All I can see is half a roof. What's going on there? There we are. You're back to normal now.
Building works.
There's guitars over here. My 12-string Rickenbacker's down here. Just do that.
Oh, look at that, everybody.
We have tried it out a little bit with the Moonshakers. It's pretty good, but I'm not one of these people that likes to change guitars all the time. You know?
No.
Stick with one. But the Ricky may well come out in the future. We get something good to play it on.
Excellent. Sorry about that. I'm just stuffing a Pez in my mouth. Do you remember Pez? Look. Hang on.
What is it?
Is that the ones with the flip up heads?
Yes, look at that one. Look. Hulk smash.
The Incredible Hulk.
Yeah,
heads.
lovely. They're still sealed. I collect them. Right. Okay. Enough about me. So, guys, obviously, I saw a little report. I think last week, or maybe just the end of the week before, that you guys are booked. Can we say that now? Oh my God. It's been it has been a year since obviously live music wasn't allowed anymore. And I believe now, am I allowed to say this? Am I tempting fate? Oh my God. We're praying and hoping that live music will be coming back. And I believe that you guys have got a date. Is that right?
Yep, 23rd back at the Cavern.
Hang on a minute. That deserves a social distance one of these. Woo! Oh, fantastic.
No clapping. No clapping.
Oh, you're not allowed clapping? No.
No clapping or dancing.
Hang on, Boris is here. Hang on.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, you told me no clapping. Okay, no more clapping. Oh, that is fantastic. So, obviously, fingers crossed and everything. We hit all the sort of like landmarks and things like that and all the goals that we're supposed to hit. Are you guys excited? You must be excited by now, surely.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
I mean, it was February 2020 was the last gig we did. That was at the Cavern that you were there, Sean, and kindly filmed it for YouTube posterity.
Yes.
And it feels like an eternity ago. Really.
It does.
I'm just too excited for words.
Well, let's go through the crew then. So, John, you're quietly comfortable over there. Are you excited by this?
I am. I think we've had we were booked in to play the Cavern at various points during, I think it was the tiered periods of December, and then I think Noel at the Cavern kept on rescheduling it. So we were kind of mentally prepared to get back into it. And each time it kept on getting postponed. But I'm kind of looking at June the 23rd, thinking with a bit of luck, that's definitely going to be time for action. We've got to practice a bit because Chris hasn't actually rehearsed with us. So we've given him
I thought you were going to say.
Yeah. We've given him a set list of about 40 songs to get familiar with.
Oh, not many.
Fortunately, he knows about half of them anyway. But,
we could have impressed him. We could have impressed Sean then. I got 40 songs to learn.
Oh. As you probably know, I got my finger to the pulse somewhere here, and it's there. Yeah, I'm still alive. As I know that Chris is also part of another gang of people, should we say, which is the also known as the Syndicate. Is that right, Chris?
Syndicate, aka.
All right, Syndicate, aka. I got it round the wrong way. Oh my goodness me! And obviously, no good friend of mine, Sean.
I haven't met any of those. We've literally just put some messages together. It's Gary from Collective, a.k.a. Putting It All Together. And he's, we hope to be meeting in May for a get-together and a video shoot. But he's got quite a lot of songs. But no, not met anyone yet, to be honest.
Isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing, though, that, you know, guys, you know, I mean, obviously 3 out of 4 of you there have met each other and obviously played together. And obviously Chris, like, you know, can we say new boy? Are we allowed to say that now?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Glad to be the new boy.
You're the new boy. That's it.
And blame it on Paul.
That's it. Well, just watch Mike. Just watch Mike. He'll get you going and get the teas and coffees. Honestly, I know what he's like. Saves me doing it. And obviously, you're quietly confident, and more importantly, just looking forward to it, Chris, getting back out there. Yeah.
Yeah, I did do a couple of gigs, July, and I think early September before the lockdown. Do you know what? It's all blurred. The months have blurred into each other in 2020 for me.
Yeah.
I can't even believe it's 2021 and we're in March already.
I know.
So I did do a couple of gigs for another cover band, Punky Reggae Party. And it was people sitting down. The boys all came along, bless, and through things. But it was people sitting down, no clapping, no singing along.
No.
And it's very frustrating.
Oh, absolutely. I went to one gig
so I'm
myself.
excited with a big but.
Yeah, don't put
and an if.
And an if, yes. We're not going to use those words this evening. We're all going to stay positive. And obviously, Paul, my drumming friend, you're looking forward to bashing those skins again, are you? Oh, hello.
Something going on there. Yeah, absolutely. I've just listening to our gig set that you were just playing, Sean. I must admit, it started. The fingers were tapping, the feet were tapping. I think we're all just kind of really looking forward to getting back out there and playing again. We all do it because we enjoy it. We don't do it as a we don't make any money out of it or anything like that. So it's purely out of enjoyment. It's not like it's not a livelihood, but just really thoroughly enjoy it and thoroughly enjoy playing with the guys. I mean, since I've been doing it, kind of you learn other bits of you hear music from the other guys that because all of us are really into our music that you wouldn't normally hear anyway. And some stuff that I never thought I'd be playing that I'm playing. And it's just really good. Yeah. So, in a very long-winded way, Sean, to answer your question, yes,
brilliant.
Can't wait to get back out.
And of course, Mike, leave you to last there, my friend. I'll bet you're itching. I know what you're like. You love the performance. You love to be in the front there with the guitar, singing and everything. I'll bet you're just itching to get out there now, my friend.
I am. Yeah. I mean, I was unfortunately quite ill just before Christmas, and it was pretty touch and go. And coming out the other side, because it was kind of chest, heart, lung related. I was actually generally worried at one point that whether I can be able to sing anymore, to be honest with you.
Wow.
But I'm happy to report I'm back in shape on that front. I've been doing home recording and singing and testing the voice out, and I'm good to go. It's a question whether I can, at the moment, stand up for 2 hours and jump around a bit. But I will. You can rest assured I will.
Fantastic. Well, we can see you jogging around, can we? Just trying to get a little fitter, just so you can do that 2 hour jumping around and acting. Yeah, well, acting as a front man, really, I suppose. Yeah, I've just asked him a question while he was sipping wine there, ladies and gentlemen.
Are we allowed to?
Quaffing.
Oh, you're allowed a little. You're allowed a sneaky wine. No worries.
Before I forget, can I just say a shout out to Martin Hyder and his lovely wife Debs, who Martin was previous bass player in Moonshaker 4, started us off. He's moved off to an absolutely idyllic life in the Isle of Wight, from the stresses and strains of South London and to the sandy golden beaches of the Isle of Wight. So we're very fortunate to have got Chris on board to take over. So that's great. But hi Martin, hi Debs, and thank you for what you did for us, Martin, and particularly those notes up the high end on the Elvis Costello track were pretty damn brilliant, actually. Anyway.
Yeah, thank you, Martin.
Yeah, indeed.
Oh, that's fantastic. So, what is he doing now? I mean, obviously, apart from living the high life, yacht on the Isle of Wight and all of that, what's he doing?
I think not doing too much, actually. Like, we're pretty envious about it, really.
Yeah.
I think he does a bit of his trade and plays a bit of bass, and we're all planning to get over there at some point. Well, I am anyway. Get over there and it's lovely. First time I went there last year on the old hovercraft. It was amazing. I can't believe I've never been there before. But I think he's just enjoying life. I think that's what he's doing.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, I'm a sort of a Brighton sort of boy myself, so obviously every time something goes on over at the Isle of Wight, it's obviously Brighton going on. So obviously, I'm always going to Brighton, but I've actually, like yourself, Mike, up until last year, I've never ever been to the Isle of Wight, and I still haven't. Actually, I just want to point that out. I've never been to the Isle of Wight, but something to do on my bucket list, I think, one day. But I've moved now myself, as you know. I'm up in. Well, where is it? Flatlands of Lincolnshire. My goodness me. Not good if you like hill walking.
Whereabouts, Sean?
I live not far from Boston. I live in a place called Spalding, but I live in a little tiny village called Holbeach, St John's. Rather posh, I tell you. Yes.
My eldest lives very close to Grantham. That's why I wondered.
Oh, right. I've got a good friend of mine I used to go to school with, lives in Grantham. It's a small world. You move somewhere and you think no one's going to know you, and apparently you pop up and they say, oh, yeah, you're only up road from me. Oh, for goodness sake, can't get away from people. So, what's a sort of a typical day then? Obviously, once we get past this lockdown, and obviously you guys get back into some sort of rehearsing schedule. What's it like then? Obviously, all four of you getting together and starting to rehearse. How does it start? How does it all? You know, do you just have a free for all, a jam, or do you just sort of like test out each other's sort of capabilities? How does it all work, guys? Let's start with John.
Well, we have a massive squabble about what we're going to play, and as you'll have seen, the chatter we were having prior to coming on air, Sean, there's a bit of controversy about the jam songs that Chris had proposed.
Yes.
So he suggested playing Smithers Jones, and there was some fairly strong feelings about that over the course of the combo. So, which I couldn't possibly comment. But it's usually that kind of. Exactly.
There we go. I thought I had to
what it is, Sean, what it is John's still sulking because he put forward a couple of tracks that there was complete silence on the WhatsApp group, and I said, "How about dropping Smithers Jones and doing standards instead?" And Chris and Mike went, "Yeah, right up for that," but didn't say anything to John, so he's still sulking at that.
I'm really sulking. I still haven't got over it because I'm trying to steer us in a certain direction, and I suspect that there's not really that much support for it. So So
what direction is that, John? What direction is that?
So
I've no idea. But it's
is Smithers Jones in or out of the set list? That's what we need to know.
Standards is in.
Standards is in. Smithers Jones, they can go and do one, can they?
See, the thing is with all of this, that Mike holds a balance of power, because ultimately, if he's not prepared to sing something, we're not going to play it. We could do an instrumental version of Smithers Jones. There's no way Mike's going to lend his vocal to it.
But Chris, it's got a great bass line to start with, hasn't it, though, Smithers Jones? Let's be honest.
I think it's great.
We could do the album version.
You could. That's what I'm playing right now underneath you.
Yeah, I'll be happy with that.
less drumming, I believe. Yes, lots of. We'll have to get you an orchestra in. Mike, can you get hold of an orchestra at short notice, please, my friend?
Sure. If I can just explain maybe the reason why Smithers Jones is not close to my heart. There's an incident that happened at Guildford G Live in December 2016.
I know it very well.
Too much detail about that, but you were there.
I was there, and I know exactly what was said and what went on, and I did see your face, and it was not a face I would like to remember. That's all I'm going to say on the matter, and trust me when I say that you went. I saw about half of it and then I went. That's all I'm saying on it, because I just didn't think it was very nice what I heard, saw and witnessed. So moving on from there, Get On The Phone is quite a good track, guys, if you wanted to do that one, but I'm not sure if it's PC friendly. And yes, I mean, basically what we're getting around to doing here, ladies and gentlemen, is finding out what they're doing as a set list. Now, you guys do a variety. You don't just do like the jam. You do quite a few different sorts of variety of music. But I'll always say you're probably sort of, I would steeped in sort of like the new wave 70s/80s music primarily. I mean, you do throw the curveball in there, some 60s and maybe some 90s Britpop as well.
I don't know about the Britpop bit, but up until that bit, you were bang on, Sean. I think we kind of settled on that era, 78 to 82, 83. That kind of the post-punk explosion with all that kind of really exciting, innovative pop music that came about.
Yes.
And that's probably, we do a few 60s stuff as well. But yeah, there's a rich wine to see there, or seem to mine even.
Excellent. And I'm just going to play something in the background in a second, once this works. I just want to see Mike's face turn up again, because I want to see that face again. And believe it or not, I'm actually not going to put a jam song on. I'm actually going to put something on that Mike absolutely loves. If I can find a track, I will put it on. And I just want you to look at Mike's face when we play it around about now. Now, I'm so sorry, Mike. I just had to do that. Now, the story was that when we first started up Target Radio, Mike was doing a Beatleology hour, and not many Beatles songs were in there. Lots of Mike talking about the Beatles songs, which was a really good concept, and ology meaning the discussion of, or the scientific style of presenting. But unfortunately, his show never appeared on one occasion, and what we had was an hour of Night Boat to Cairo. Something went completely wrong with my system, and Mike was screaming at me, going, "It ain't on. Where is it?" I'm busy in town at the time, doing some much needed shopping and with the wife and kids. And Mike was saying, "All I keep hearing is a repeat of Night Boat to Cairo. I really don't like that song anymore." Oh, funny days they were. That doesn't happen anymore now, Mike. I don't even have it on the playlist anymore.
No, actually, no, Sean. I'm an easygoing chap. So,
you weren't happy though.
Experience, and you kindly kind of got my show onto air very quickly that afternoon.
I did indeed, yeah. I think we couldn't take it off, actually. It kept playing over and over and over and over again, but you didn't mind that. So does any Madness appear in your sound tracks at all? Anything you cover from Madness at all?
No.
Nope, there we go.
Nope.
Simple answer. So Night Boat to Cairo is definitely not going to be there, ladies and gentlemen. Right, so if we go go one by one. So over to John first, then, if I may. So what's your favourite artist that you cover as a group, please?
Favourite artist that we cover as a group is either Bowie or The Clash.
Good answers. Paul?
I suppose either. I'll just go with the Jam, actually.
But not Smithers Jones.
That's not apart from Smithers Jones or David Watts. But I enjoy playing the Clash and Elvis Costello more.
Yeah.
But I suppose the Jam is my favourite. Yeah.
And Chris, obviously, because you've not played with the guys as such at the moment, what are you looking forward to playing with? In regards to the music style, what's your sort of go-to sort of cover?
Well, obviously ABBA. Anything off of the Arrival album is
I can do.
My street.
He just wants me to play an ABBA track now.
First gig I went to was the Jam at the Rainbow doing All Mod Cons tour. So they're my favourite all-time band. Being a Crawley boy, I love The Cure. And I'm with Paul on the wonderful bass lines and drumming for Elvis Costello songs.
Absolutely.
So those are my three highlights within.
So not ABBA then, thank goodness for that, because I can't seem to find...
ABBA as well.
Oh, ABBA as well.
More for an encore.
Oh, more for an
Dancing
encore.
Queen.
Oh, Dancing Queen.
I can see Mike singing that, and everyone in circles around handbags. Great. He's got that face again.
I could really see you four guys doing Waterloo right at the end, especially when they're saying any chance of you doing Waterloo so we can clear the pub. Right, okie dokie.
Knowing me.
And of course, Mike, over to you, my friend. Obviously, I do know a little bit about obviously what your favourites are, but obviously for our listening audience.
For me,
Yeah, and this is hang on, just having. I know we're all using mics, but mic. Yeah.
Just on the Hebben theme, I want to play with the Beatles tribute band, and often we don't meet. I don't meet the people I'm playing with. We turn up and we by correspondence we work the shifts out, and John Lennon turned up, and his name was Fernando. And during the sound check, I said to him, "Can you hear the drums, Fernando?" Right, I tried.
You're getting there. No. That's not one of your better ones. That's all I'm going to say.
Anyway, Elvis Costello, really. I mean, the Beatles my all-time favourite band. It's very well documented.
Yes.
My whole reason for picking the guitar up and wanting to sing. But Elvis Costello probably shaped my singing style, really. And I love all his music to this day, really. And some of the greatest albums ever made. And what a hot band the Attractions were. I saw them live a lot of times, and they were one hell of a live act, no doubt about it. So doing that stuff, it's kind of quite musically challenging, but it's really rewarding as well. And amongst us as group musicians, we're kind of up to it,
Absolutely, yeah. And I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I don't think Elvis Costello done a bad song, personally.
He's done a lot, and not all of it's tipped off. I didn't care too much for some of his early 80s stuff, because it was that period with sort of synthesizers and stuff like that. But, he, as a body of work, his last two albums, his most recent two albums are just off the scale brilliant. They really are good, For somebody in his 60s, he's delivering,
Yeah.
Well crafted songs.
Absolutely.
Not always don't love them all, but there are well crafted songs without a doubt.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But live he's very annoying. He spins a wheel. He gets audiences up and he spins a wheel, and it goes on one of his songs and he plays that song. But it means there's a 4 or 5 minute wait between each song. Awful. I saw him at the Albert Hall 4 years ago.
Really?
And he span the wheel for like 15 songs.
Oh my goodness me.
And there's always a danger that he might play "You'll Never Walk Alone" as well. We'll move on from
he would have walked alone, John. I would have gone to the bar.
Just quickly, I've got a good suggestion on Elvis Costello cover. It's the Charles Aznavour She from Four Weddings and a Funeral.
Yeah.
Oh.
Who's doing that?
I'm failing this tonight, my humour.
We are, apparently. Along with the Aber Encore.
There we go. That's worth the ticket price alone, hasn't it? Really, that is a sort of maybe an encore, and then obviously an ABBA medley at the end. I mean, they're just going to be flocking him. So tell us a little bit about the venue. I mean, obviously I've been there myself. It is a good venue, but apparently they've had a refit, guys. Is that right?
Yeah, he's had a new PA put in. Noel has. He's spent quite a lot of money on doing it up. He's obviously, like most or a lot of live venues, especially kind of solely owned live venues.
Yeah.
He's struggled, and he's struggling quite a lot. And there's a crowdfunding site that he's got at the moment where he's trying to raise some money for the amount of money he's spent out, because he's, he literally has cost him everything that he's got. But yeah, he's putting a new PA system. It's a great venue, fantastic atmosphere down there. I've been going there for years. I mean, I remember back in the cartoon days, he used to go there as well, which was, he ran that very well. Mm-hmm. He runs the Cavern very well. It's a really great place to go. Great place to gig as well.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, I've been there myself. And who's that? Someone turn their microphone down a little bit, for goodness sake. I reckon that's John. Sorry, Becky.
It wasn't me.
No, it wasn't you. No, it might be me then. Hang on. Let's have a look here. No, I'm good here. Right, I've been there myself. I've been to the Cavern myself, and it is a good venue. I think acoustically, I mean, obviously, from my untrained ear, it's got some really good sounds in there. I mean, your sound doesn't vibrate that much, and you're crystal clear in your vocals, Mike, there as well. I mean, obviously, I've got a little bit of something that we took from YouTube, which obviously I was allowed to because obviously I filmed it. And, there's some really good sort of, how can I say, music and, sound from it as well, which is rather good. And that was done like I said, about a year ago now, wasn't it, Mike?
Yeah, well, over a year, yeah, February 2020, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to play a little.
February.
I'm going to play a little bit of this in the background.
Let's have a big hand for Moonshaker Boy!
Things I do.
face. Better get yourself together, time. Trying to human race. What world you gonna be?
There we go, just a little sample of what the Moonshaker 4 as a band can produce, and produce they do. It's unbelievable. The music in there, it sounds great. Like I said, the lyrics, the vocals on there are crystal clear, and that's just done on a normal smartphone, if I remember, Mike, when I recorded that. I don't think I recorded it using a full HD kit or anything like that. I just used my phone, I believe. And that's sort of like, the sound that you get from this venue. And you're saying now he's updated pretty much the whole venue as regards for people like yourself to go and play in. Anyone?
Yeah, Chris might know.
Yeah. I was going to say, Sean, wanted to just add a little part to that, having played with 2 or 3 bands at the Cabin for the last 4 or 5 years, and I also promote with Albert Cummings the mod nights that are on there once a month. The big advantage we've always had there is Noel, and through experience, is very good on PAs. Yes. But his son Gary, who also, either one of them's always there, is actually a trained sound engineer. So they have a PA that is working at probably 40 or 50% capacity. That's why it's so clear.
Excellent.
And they walk around adjusting, ensuring that your sound is right. It's a music venue rather than a pub that does music.
Absolutely.
It's my view.
Absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you are near to the Cavern, get yourself down there, obviously, for any of the live events, because obviously these bands, such as the Moonshaker 4, they need you there. There's no point in them playing to an empty pub, because they're never going to give you a great performance. They need that pub full of people, and of course we are looking forward to getting back out and actually going out to play. It's like being told off for a year, isn't it, and not being allowed out to play. And I'm sure everyone is feeling now to that point where you're itching, you're gagging. You need to go out there and do something. And I think all 4 of you guys are in agreement with me there that we all need to do something, rather than sitting around mowing the lawn or building another shelf. It's just, we've had enough of that.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure, people that don't play instruments, that don't go, generally, play in a band, equally as a participant in the audience, are itching to go out and listening to some really good live performance again. And hopefully, meet all these targets I said before. Hopefully that will happen. So just remind me, please, guys, the day of the date and everything, times, venue and everything. Whoever wants to do it, I don't mind.
23rd of June. The Cavern, Rains Park, 7 p.m. start.
Excellent, lovely. Thank you. 2021.
June the 23rd.
June the 23rd, which is a
7 p.m.
Which is a Wednesday evening, which is a school night, isn't it?
Schools are closed.
Not again, please. I've had enough of homeschooling. Thank you very much indeed.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, for me, I've, personally, I've not felt that much in the way of lockdowns. I've been going to work every single day. In fact, I've never been as busy. And, I'll get up at silly o'clock in the morning. Apparently it's 4 a.m.s now. 4 o'clocks in the day. I didn't know that. But I see both of them every single day, 5 days a week. So I'm out and about 5-6 days a week, and for me, I can't wait to go out for a purpose of enjoyment rather than just going out and filling somebody else's pockets full of money. It's going to be a great experience seeing, whether it's yourself or the local club down the road from me. I don't care. I need to get out there personally and see some live music and socialise again and say hello to people without having to worry about a face mask, or shaking someone by the hand without worrying, have I got my hand sanitizer and things like that. Of course, I think we're all going to be a little bit, do we shake someone by the hand, or, have we got enough hand sanitizer in our back pocket? I think that's going to be a while before that starts to disappear from life again, I think.
No, I'm going to steam straight in, mate. Straight in, cuddles and kisses. Everybody.
I can't wait, Chris.
I'll be straight there, KB.
Chris, no tongues, no tongues. Mate.
Yeah, no tongues, please.
Really?
No, it's a family show. We're not having any of that. Thank you very much. So, you guys,
seen me and John do our celebrations on the football pitch, then, Mike, have you? Oh dear.
Oh my goodness me! We'll leave that for a different show on a different radio station. Yes, I've got a pez in my mouth again now. What was I going to say? So, is any of you guys? I mean, obviously, Chris, you're a no. But have any of you guys got that sort of like that little inkling in the back of your mind, thinking, yeah, well, obviously, we're all going to have our jabs and things like that. But is anyone thinking, do I really want to shake that person by the hand, or do I want to give that person a hug, or do you think, oh well, damn it, I've had my jab, I might be safe now?
The jab doesn't make you safe anyway.
No, some people say that. Some people swear by that.
It stop you giving it to someone else.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So we'll start with John at the top again, then.
Sorry, Sean, I zoned out. What was the question? Am I going to be? Am I going to be back in there?
Are you going to be back in? Are you going to be back in as normal, or are you going to have a little bit of reservation before you start thinking about hugging on? As Chris was saying about sort of snogging people and things like that. Are you going to be a little reserved, or are you going to go just full steam in and think, oh, what the hey?
I think I might have a tentative first couple of days, but I think by the end of the week, I will be joining Chris with the hugging and the kissing.
Johnny, after the third pint, mate, you'll be joining me. Not days, pints.
I think once everyone's had 3 pints, I think they'll all be out on the floor, especially if they've not been to a pub in over a year. You know what I mean? But
we did a gig in July in Clapham. We were given 3 days' notice that we could do this gig on a Sunday afternoon. 70 people turned up. And there was an actual free-for-all dance at the end.
Oh, wow.
And the pub's banned us, and I've just got us back in there. Hopefully Moonshaker 4 can be playing there.
Excellent.
But the pub banned us because of no social distancing. People were gagging for it, mate. So, yes, people will start and be very careful, but we have a need to socialise.
We are a sociable... We are sociable human beings. Let's be honest. We all say hello. We all shake each other by the hand. We pat each other on the back. I mean, if you're so inclined, we use tongues for kissing and things like that if you want to. But we all do those, in whatever order you want to do it in. We do those things, maybe not the tongue kissing. But, Paul, I mean, yourself, I mean, obviously you're talking about hugs and kisses and stuff. But, in the back of your mind, have you still got a little bit of fear, or you're just going to go, do you know something? A year now has passed. Let's go for it.
I think it all depends on the amount of Stella I've consumed. I think I'll be. I think it's got to the point now where we'll all be hopefully getting the vaccine soon for those that haven't already got it, and I think by then, I think it'll just be quite nice just to jump straight back into it and just start trying to get some normality back again. Really will.
Absolutely, and yourself. Oh, who's just flushed the toilet? My goodness me. And Mike, yourself, how you're feeling on this as well? I mean, obviously, not harking on about it or anything like that, but obviously coming out of hospital, you must have a slightly, I know it was not a coronavirus related, while you was in there, but do you have a different take on that at all? Or do you think, do you know something? I think we've been in lockdown long enough, I think, it's time to move forward.
Yeah, I mean, I've worked all through the lockdown, and I got ill, but I wasn't COVID related, but I've had my first jab actually because I've been put into the kind of vulnerable group.
Yeah.
I'm really just keen to get back and do it. There's 2 things in my mind. One is I've got to sing for 2 hours, so I'm kind of spraying my, what's it everywhere. But, yeah, sorry. And then also, actually, I think it's a concern for the rest of the lads as well. How rehearsed are we going to be for it? I think that's just going to be. We'll do what we can. We'll try and do something beforehand, but I think we're good enough musicians, we're good enough people, experienced enough to get through it, and the punters will. I envisage the punters will be gagging for it by that point,
Absolutely.
2 days after the lockdown officially kind of ends.
Yeah.
On the road. So.
How many tolerate anything?
How many people do you think are going to be calling in sick for that first week of from the 21st going onwards? I mean. Put your hands up in the air if you're going to call in sick for that week.
I'm self-employed. Call myself.
Call yourself and just say, look, I can't come in, I'm really ill. Do you know, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I think there's going to be a lot of people either trying to book that week off or they will go sick. And, it's all about the economy. I understand, obviously, money makes the world go round, etc. But I think, like, the whole world's going to grind to a halt on the 21st, to be honest with you. I'll go to work. I mean, obviously, I have to go to work because I have a wife that tells me I have to go to work. No, she's lovely. But the thing is, I think half the nation, I think, are going to go on a week-long bender. I think that's what's going to happen. I think people are going to go to pubs. I think they're going to eat out. I think they're going to go and watch live music. Hopefully, go and see you guys as well play on a Wednesday evening and enjoy what they've missed over this last year. And I think it's well deserved. I think people need to.
Yep.
Great.
Yeah. So, we need to get there. We need to be down at the Cavern Club. That is in... Is it sort of Kingston way, isn't it? Kingston upon Thames? Is it just on that area?
Between Kingston and Wimbledon.
That's it, yeah. Lovely.
Rains Park.
That's the one.
Train station nearby, lots of buses, lots of night buses as well.
Just
57 goes there.
Excellent, lovely. There we go. He knows, Chris knows. So what's your opening song? I mean, obviously, I know you haven't probably discussed this properly at the moment, but what is your opening song when you go out there? First time in just about over a year.
It's got to be something very easy to play.
It'll probably be Hebben then.
Acoustic.
Knowing me, knowing you.
Something with no guitar solo, or if there is a guitar solo, it's a very, very easy one.
Absolutely.
I don't know, Mike. Do we divulge setlist secrets? I don't know. What's the form on this?
Standards would be a good one.
I agree with Chris. I think that'll be a great one to play.
I'm still working on a couple of big pop numbers I'm trying to get in, Sean. And so far there are no takers yet, but I'm working on it. Okay. So who knows? It might be an Iggy number.
Now that sounds interesting, actually. Mike, how's your Iggy voice?
It's all right. Done a bit of Iggy in rehearsals.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got the cling film kecks as well for it.
Oh my God, he's brought it right down again, hasn't he? We're just starting to go on a roll here, getting all professional, and what's he do? Brings it right back down to that now. Honestly, I don't know, but I think we should have a little listen in the background of this. I know what it is. Someone's got their radio on just slightly a bit too high, so just check your connections, guys. Could be a good start, actually. Maybe delaying the, maybe extending the guitar bit at the beginning. Sorry about that, John. And that could be a great opener. I don't know. It's up to you guys, obviously. But we're looking forward to seeing live acts, including yourself, playing some really good music. Now, a question I wanted to ask all four of you, actually, because obviously you're going to be primarily, there we go, got my words back in, a covers band. Have you thought about maybe one of your own? Ooh.
Yeah, I think Mike has knocked up a couple that he introduced, and it's stuff. I mean, obviously, we've been presented. It's catching, Sean, prevented from getting down the studio.
Yeah,
no, exactly. But we're open to anything, I think.
How about you, Mike? I mean, obviously, I do know that you can pen a few. I've heard and seen a few of yours as well. You're thinking of maybe slipping a couple of yours in there?
I'd love to, but it's a four-way street in the band. So
yes, of course.
People will like that material. I mean, I'd like to think we could collaborate on something in the future and get something going. I've been writing again a bit, but probably for me, I need the motivation. I need the old carrot dangling. If it's on the agenda, I'll write and I'll do something. But if I haven't got anything at the end of it, I get a bit lazy, But I've got a couple of good tunes, that are okay. They're not Paul Weller standard or Elvis Costello, but they're not half bad.
Well, I can dangle some Pez for you if that helps. That's a watermelon one. Okay, it's back. Is that back to front? Is it? It is back to front, isn't it? Yeah. It's a Pez sweetie. There we go. I can dangle them for you. But now that sounds good, Mike. I mean, obviously, it's something you need to obviously discuss. Obviously, away from this, and obviously in your studios when you're rehearsing. But yeah, I mean, you know, obviously everyone loves a cover. Sometimes they like to slip in one of their own as well, which, you know, obviously for me, you know, if you ever get something down, send it over to us. I'd love to play it on the show, because that's what we're all about. Sort of like discovering brand new music. And obviously, you know, guys like yourself that go out there tirelessly, week in, week out. I mean, obviously for the last year that's not happened. But for me, all about live music. You sound your best when you're live. You know, I don't know if anyone can disagree with that, really.
No,
Definitely.
They're not.
So, obviously, you know, with the Moonshaker 4, I mean, obviously, moving forwards then, obviously one gig under your belt, hopefully very, very soon on a school night. What's next for the group? What's next for the gang?
Well, I mean, what we need to do is get, obviously, Chris hasn't played with us yet. We need to just get back into rehearsals, get the set redone, bring in some new stuff that we want to do.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, it was because we just kind of really started picking up. We'd got kind of a few gigs lined up and stuff, and you know, having a few conversations with people, and lockdown 1 happened. So
yeah,
you know, everything's been put on hold. So it's really a case of let's just get back in the studio, start rehearsing again, and then you know get Rain, you know, the cabin at Rains Park under our belt,
yeah,
and then just see where we go.
Absolutely. I think I think you could drop as many you know, bum notes as you want. I think people are not bothered. They just want to go out and enjoy themselves. And not saying that you play bum notes, by all means you don't. But what I heard last time, so just over a year ago now, was absolutely fantastic. The you know, the feedback I was getting from customers when I was going outside just to have a listen to other people's opinions were all saying what a fantastic group of guys. They're playing the right music for the right people, for the right age group and everything else. So you bang on there. The market's there, the people are there, the songs were there, and everyone was moving. It was absolutely unbelievable. So, you know, I think you've hit a sort of like a genre of music, you know, in that year group that you're looking at, like you say, late 70s and early 80s of music. It's fitting. It's absolutely fitting. It needs to be performed, and it's performed really well by yourselves, you know. So, you know, little round of applause for you guys there, because, you know, you really do know your stuff there. And you're all from that sort of, you know, dare I say it, all from that sort of era of music as well, growing up, I would have thought.
Yeah, just to sort of go a little bit further on what Mike was saying and Paul just then.
Yeah.
Now that we've got a gig to aim for, rehearsals will then ensue as soon as possible, and then you start looking around.
Yeah.
It's almost like we're all at the starting point, and we're all at the, you know, waiting for the gun to go off, and the cabin is like the gun going off.
Absolutely.
And then other gigs will come, and right, we need to have something 2 weeks or a month later.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than doing a great first gig and then going, when we're playing next, and now it's 3 months away, you go back into it. And as Mike was saying about writing original stuff, I would be very keen on that. Because I haven't had gigs to work with, Mike, we were talking in Punky Reggae Party about having a 4-song original mini set within the covers. Because you're absolutely right, Sean, people like to hear you do good covers, sometimes in your own interpretation, but they want to know what original songs you would write within that particular sphere of music you're covering.
Absolutely.
And I think gigs will always be the motivating factor for us to get all of those things back on board, and a cycle of rehearsal gig, songwriting.
Absolutely. And do you know, I'm just going to say to Mike, he's just got to pop off for a second. I'm sure he'll be back in a few minutes. Is that right, Mike? Yep. Okay, so we'll see you back in a second, Mike. I'm not going to tell him that you're going for a wee-wee. Oh, I think I've just said it. Sorry. Okay, nature calls. So basically, for me, I wish now I lived closer to where you guys are going to be playing on a Wednesday evening, because I was sure I was going to pop my head round the corner for that. Unfortunately, because obviously I'm going to be working that week, I think, anyway. It's pretty much a no-go. But I will be looking out for you for weekend gigs and things like that. So obviously I'll be looking forward very much and seeing you guys play at a weekend. And I'll definitely be coming down wherever you're going, because, like I said, the music you play is what I like. like. Personally, I know that you do have a huge following of people as well. You did have the last gig that you done, like I said, just over a year ago at the Cavern. Everybody was saying what a good band they were, the music they played was just right and everything else. So, going back to you, Chris, obviously moving into this band for the first time and going out there in the public, what do you feel you're going to bring to the party, as they say?
Noise. A bit more noise to play alongside Paul. Whenever I go and play, I always look to play with the drummer first, and I think Paul's probably the same. He looks over to the bass player half the time, and as long as we lock it in, we go from there. And hopefully, some backing vocals and some lead if they want me to do some lead as well.
Fantastic.
So vocally a little bit. And nice tight rhythm section's always important.
Absolutely. I mean, because obviously you referred to as, obviously with yourself and Paul there, you two are the sort of engine room of the band, aren't you? I mean, everything sort of revolves around you in regards to, keeping it nice and tight, you should say, and obviously creating the movement forward.
Yep, absolutely.
Brilliant.
If you're singing out the front and you don't feel that the drums and bass are in time, it can really put you off. I'm sure Mike knows that one very, very well. So, getting that right first and foremost.
Absolutely.
And also, it's all songs we love. So there's like a passion to get it right. It drives it. There you go.
You've got to go
it's
again.
Music I love. It's music I love. And I'm going to give it my all when I do it.
Absolutely. Right, we'll wrap this up in a second then, because I don't want to get on the wrong side of Mike's lovely wife, especially when his dinner goes cold. But I just want to go back to John for a second. John, obviously we're talking about obviously the bass and the drummer, and obviously, as a lead guitarist, what sort of what can I say? What sort of width are you allowed to have within the band in regards to playing? I mean, obviously you say you don't want to do too many guitar solos and stuff, but do you enjoy those though?
It's fair to say that I'm not a shredder. My guitar influences are people like Will Sargent of Echo and the Bunnymen, or Johnny Marr out the Smiths, or John McGeoch out the Banshees. Not kind of bluesy soloing kind of guitarists. So the set that we play at the moment kind of suits my abilities down to the ground. And it's when anyone chucks a new suggestion, I always have to think, oh, bloody hell, has that got a really difficult solo? Mike is determined. He's determined to get us to play Is That Love by Squeeze, which is a fantastic song.
Absolutely.
But it's got an absolute killer of a guitar solo. So I've said we can do it, but it'll have to be a dub version.
Absolutely.
I just can't do it. I can't do it at Glenn Tilbrook's pace.
I suppose, though, obviously being part of a group and obviously being part of a collective entity, I suppose, you can have your own sort of like, you put your own mark onto any song anyway and play it in the style that you feel comfortable with, which I think is what we as listeners want to hear. I mean, it's great to hear, I don't know, I'm just going to use something off the top of your head. It's great to hear a jam track, but it's no good hearing it word for word and exactly the way it was back in 1979, 1980. We want to hear your twist on it. We want to hear your, your interpretation of that song. I'm not saying completely make it different, but you want to make it to the point of where it becomes your own as such, and obviously without Paul Weller sort of like saying, right, okay, we want some money out of this. But I suppose that's, with a band, you want to put your own sort of like creative stamp on it.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad you've said that, because you'll look forward to our free jazz interpretation of Man in the Corner Shop that we're working on at the moment.
Is there such a version, John? Is there such a version?
There is now.
I didn't see it in the minutes of the meeting. I didn't see it in the minutes of the last meeting.
Right, and final say then to Mike, obviously, for putting all this together at short notice. I only emailed Mike literally during the beginning of this week, or last week, I should say. And I said, hey, do you fancy coming on, Mike? And because obviously I saw the announcement that you guys were going to be coming out and obviously playing very, very soon, as long as obviously the restrictions are met. So, Mike, just before you go and have your din-dins, and you don't want to upset Jules, and I certainly don't want to upset Jules as well, your good lady wife out there who's cooking you a lovely meal at the moment. What are you having, my friend?
roast dinner, roast chicken, very nice.
Oh, do you know, I've just had one. It's lovely. Roast chicken. Oh, it's great. I had a little bit of English mustard with it as well. Oh, it's very, very nice. Yeah, love it. Yeah, a little bit of mustard on it. Try it. Don't knock it until you try it, my friend. So I'm just going to say now, good luck for obviously the future and everything you guys do. Obviously, I'm really looking forward one day when you're not playing on a school night, for goodness sake. Honestly, when you're playing at a weekend, I will make the trip. I'll make the trip coming down. I'll come down to the Cavern Club. I'm really that. Passionate about live music, and obviously, because I've met 3 out of the 4 of you anyway, and it'd be great to say hello to Chris in the person as well. But it'd be great just to meet human beings again, it'd be nice. But for now, I would just like to say, John, you've been a star this evening, even though you dress up as Becky during the week. Thank you very much indeed. Paul, as always, my friend, thank you very much indeed for coming on. Chris, nice to see you finally.
Cheers, Sean. Thanks for having us.
You're very welcome.
Sean, we did say hello at the Cavern.
No.
We did. We did.
We did?
Yeah, we did. When you were taking the videos.
Yes. I'm always wrapped up.
Because I introduced the night. It was my night. I promoted that night.
And a brilliant night it was.
Distant Echo were supposed to play, and the Moonshaker boy very, very kindly stepped in and played brilliantly that night.
Absolutely. And last word then, Mike. Thank you very much indeed for jumping on this evening and bringing the other guys along with them. And I just wish you all the success and best in the future. And like I said, once you play on a weekend, let us know, guys, and I will be there definitely, whether I bring my phone, my whole kit, or I just come down as a punter and enjoy the evening. I will be there. I'm looking forward to it immensely because obviously I know what you guys play and you play it well. Thank you very much indeed. So I'm just going to bring the social distancing crew back in. Give yourselves a round of applause. Come on.
No.
Almost. I almost got them. I'll tell you what. I'll let these guys do it for you. Thanks ever so much indeed.
All the best.
There we go. Thank you very much indeed. Enjoy your dinner, Mike. Enjoy your rest of the evening, guys, and we'll see you all again soon. Thanks. Bye. There they are. There they go. Thank you very much indeed. The Moonshaker 4 guys, and I forgot we're actually live on the radio. We're just having such a great chat there, and it's unbelievable that we're thinking now that live music is going to be pretty much back. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, I've teased you enough. I'm going to play some more music now, and well, they keep going on about the jam and the standards. I thought, well, why not play it? And whatever they play, I'm sure it's going to be a barn burner, as they say. Looking forward to that. The Moonshaker 4 there, and obviously they've gone off to have their dinner now. Brilliant stuff. Now, a couple of weeks ago, Sean Williams was on, and he said to me, "Hey, Cookie, can you play our new track?" Of course I can. Now, I was off last week because I had so much work to do. I couldn't fit in a live show, unfortunately. But played it a couple of weeks ago, and it was met with so much positivity. I thought, well, we've got to play it again. Here we are. This is 2 Sides. I love this. Took off their brand new album, Velvet Elvis. The only lover left alive. And of course, if you tuned in a couple of weeks ago and you heard the guys on the radio there with Mr. Jason Edge and with Johnny Bradley, you know that we previewed the album, and of course we've released now the podcast for that night, and what a great night that was. And yeah, you can carry it on Target Radio Podcasts. We're on iTunes as well, so if you want to grab hold of that and have a little listen to it, you'll find out a little bit more about each track in its entirety. How about that? Right, okay, coming up now here on Target Radio, we've got some Archie Bell and the Drells very shortly with Here I Go Again. Just before that, we've got Bad Manners. And one more time, I'd just like to say thank you very much indeed to the Moonshaker 4. And if you've missed the interview, it will be on Mixcloud this coming Friday. And the week after that, then we'll turn that into a podcast as well. So if you subscribe to Target Radio Podcast, and why not, it'll appear there as if by magic. You are tuned in to Target Radio. We're the home of the unsigned artist. And just to prove it, we're going to play in its entirety then the 2 tracks that I was toying with earlier, the Moonshaker 4 and Live from the Cavern just over a year ago.
Farewell, I'll be just...
I think it's time to say goodnight. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. Live music is just round the corner. Oh, we can almost taste it. We'll be back next week from 7.
When do I get my badge?
Bang bump goes the beat.
Till then, have a great week. Don't forget, keep it tuned here to Target Radio.
To start off the tree.
Brand new music, unsigned bands.
Punch your granddad up in the sky.
See you soon. Take care for now.
Time round.
For now, though, keep washing those hands.
Gentleman, take off his tie. Help the
and do everything that is asked of you.
pie, sit down and enjoy.
We'll see you next week, 7 o'clock. Good night. God bless. And we're back, yes. And what did you think of that for an interview? Wasn't it great? We found out so much. Anyway, thank you very much indeed for joining us for the Target Radio podcast. I am your pod father. That is me, Cookie. Don't forget to rate us on iTunes if you can, please. If you think we deserve it, 5 stars, please. It does help with the future of Target Radio. Check out all of our great shows here on Target Radio. And as I say, please, please, please support local artists and the unsigned band. Until next time, thank you very much indeed. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.